Robin, Barbara, Annie, of course, all my friends Thomas and Sharon and Rachel. Oh my, always good to have you in the house. Hey, don't forget, if you find and like me on Facebook or Facebooking Live, $25 spendable cash. Just, join the conversation. Let's catch up. Let's be friends. Well, your smoke detector is supposed to be your friend, but you may or not realize, like your milk, like your eggs, did you know your smoke detector kind of expires and you're thinking, oh, I know I got to replace those batteries. Have you? Was it making noise in the middle of the night, beep, 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 and then you took the batteries out and now it's not working? Well, not only is this the latest photo cell technology, which it knows who's naughty or nice. It knows if it's steam from the shower or burnt popcorn from the microwave or a legitimate threat. It's basically buy one, get one. It has 10-year batteries, so that's something you don't have to think about for a decade. And then you also, so you get 2 smoke detectors, and then you also get a carbon monoxide detector. This has been very popular. This is something that I really feel is kind of like a public service awareness campaign. If nothing else, if it gets you to think about your smoke detectors. Are they working? Where are they? Do you like them? Something that you should do tonight. Well, anyway, my friend Joe Harrison is back with us. And Joe, I always say you're my brother from another mother. I've known you for a couple of decades. And, in that time together, we've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. Your kids have grown up before my eyes. I mean, you keep getting younger, sexiest man in retailing.
I've got that somewhere around here,
next time you need to bring the award out. But let's just talk let's get serious here for a moment, which is something that I don't ordinarily like to do. It's really strange because certainly we're at home more, but there has been more of a prevalence of news stories where we've heard about families who have maybe been overcome by carbon monoxide in particular. It was an old threat that's kind of a new threat again. I think people kind of forgot about it. And the truth is people kind of forget about their smoke detectors. It becomes one of those last minute, okay, I've got to wash the dishes. I got to get the kids to school. We put it on the back burner. This is something people should really take a minute to listen and certainly grab this technology for sure, right?
Yeah, absolutely right. This really is the ultimate when it comes to peace of mind because, this technology that we're used to seeing here, this was actually developed in the 60s. And this is what's protecting your house. Really 1960s technology, which is now 60 years old. And what happens is there's a sensor that's on the inside and it evaluates the air. But over time, that sensor starts to get clogged. There's dust and dander and debris that's in the air. Think about an air filter after maybe a month or so, or even if you don't wipe down your countertops, how dusty it might get after a month. Now imagine what happens at 10 years, these things lose their efficiency, plus they go off all the time. You have to change the batteries every 6 months, and you get these false alarms. Like Shannon was mentioning, you can take a hot shower next to this thing, and it's going to go off like it's a flaming fire, but it's really just a hot shower. So then we start getting used to, oh, it's just a smoke alarm going off. It's no big deal. It's just another false alarm. Or sometimes it's 2 a.m. You're trying to sleep, and you're like, you hear it, you pop the canister out, you take out that battery, and you're like, I'll put a battery in tomorrow. And then tomorrow turns into a week from now, and it turns into a month from now, and then there are bad statistics that happen in your home when you don't have a working smoke detector. But when you switch over to Samurai, first off, notice how small it is, how compact it is, how next generation it is. It's even next generation when it comes to that sensor. Because this technology developed in the 60s, this was developed in the last decade. There's a new type of sensor in here called a photoelectric sensor. It is a very smart sensor. That same steam from the shower, it's not going to set it off. But when it detects smoke, it is absolutely going to give you that ultra loud 85 decibel alarm to get you out of that house safely. But unlike this guy, where you're changing the batteries every 6 months, this one has a 10-month battery that's already inside. All you have to do when you get this at home, the battery's installed, pull that little plastic tab that activates the battery, that starts day one. Then you don't have to worry about this again for another decade, 10 years worth of peace of mind. And just like this sensor, in 10 years, you need to replace them. And it's not me saying that, it's the US Fire Administration says these sensors need to be brought up to code and changed every 10 years. So you think about it, right now it's 2021. The place that you're living right now, did you put the original smoke detectors in? And if you didn't, do you know when somebody did? Are you living in a house that might be 20 or 30 years old with the original smoke detectors? You have virtually zero protection this is the easiest way to do it. And then Shannon, I love what Samurai does because not only are they giving you the protection, they're making it extremely easy for you. If you want to mount this to your wall, we give you screws. If you have a screwdriver, you're all set. You're good to go. If you don't own a screwdriver, we even give you the 3M adhesive tape. Just stick it to any flat surface, and as long as it's eye level and above, you're going to have that latest protection in your home. And Shannon, there's two of them that we're giving you today. We're giving you 2 smoke detectors, but like you mentioned, that carbon monoxide detection is so vital, especially as we're getting into the cooler months coming ahead. You're going to bring a lot of stuff in the house that kicks off carbon monoxide, and you can't smell it, you can't taste it, you can't see it. You don't know that it's affecting you until you ingest it. And a lot of times, Shannon, people think they had a bad meal and they don't realize you have carbon monoxide poisoning. This is going to give you that warning to get you out of the house, whether it's carbon monoxide or smoke. Shannon, this is really the ultimate in protection.
I love that everybody's getting social. Harry and Angela, our friend Barbara, who always such a great humor. Jet, thank you. My blouse is actually from my personal collection, but we are talking Fashion Fridays coming up at 9 o'clock with Diane. So here's the thing. I love what Joe Harrison brings to us, whether it's electronics or something that we need for our house. You need this. And if nothing else, if this makes you kind of sit up and think, gosh, where are my smoke detectors? Are they working? Do they have this technology? I really can't encourage you enough. You know, at least get this at home. There's such a peace of mind of knowing, and especially if you're giving this as a gift. I've had a lot of friends who selling houses, buying houses, moving into their first apartments, new homes. You need this because even if you're buying quote unquote a new home, chances are it's an old smoke detector. And remember, you could almost look at this as a buy one, gift one, buy one, keep one, because you get the 2 smoke detectors and the carbon monoxide detector. At least get it at home. And you know, maybe, Joe, even take it for a test drive. When I said that photocell and smart technology is a big one for me, and I'm gonna call myself out. Part of the reason I took my batteries out of my smoke detector is, you know, I cook a lot, I like to be in the kitchen. Listen, every cook burns something, whether you're a Chef Wolfgang Puck or Curtis Stone, and those doggone things would go off if I was trying to use my smoker or, you know, using a lot of hot oil in my pan. This knows the difference, but more importantly, it knows the threat so that we have that window of time, whether it's carbon monoxide or smoke, to find our way to safety, right?
You're exactly right. With those advanced photo electric sensors that are on the inside, you're going to hear a loud 85 decibel alarm when it detects smoke or it detects carbon monoxide. But Samurai, this is all they do. All they do is they make safety items. In the last year and a half here alone at HSN, over 250,000 safety items for our home. It is an incredible brand, but I'm going to play this one first. This is the smoke detector. And when I hold it down, this is all you have to do every 6 months. You hold it down to test it. It's that loud, slow 85 decibel alarm to let you know there's fire in the house, it's time to get out. The other one is the carbon monoxide. Now listen how quick this one is. When you hear that fast, quick beep, that means get out now because it's detecting carbon monoxide. So Samurai even changed the alarm sounds because if you hear that slow chirp, that means you got a little bit of time, grab your essential things and get out. If you hear that quick burst, that means get out now. You don't know where that carbon monoxide is lingering and you don't want to get sick from that. This is going to give you that heads up. But when you talked about, you know, taking the batteries out of the alarm, Shannon, this one here, it's got the 10-year battery. It's already built inside. So it's more compact. It's got a more advanced sensor in it as well, and it's latest generation technology. Even if that isn't enough just to convince you to try these, think about these traditional smoke detectors. They have a battery supposed to get replaced every 6 months. Now, I've had 3 of these in over 10 years. This is what 10 years worth of batteries would look like. Now, for me, it cost me $92 more than the cost of newer technology with a 10-year battery, with a 10-year warranty coming with it as well. It is going to save you that peace of mind, give you that peace of mind by getting rid of all this and getting something that's designed to last a decade. And if you're worried how simple is this to put in your house, all you have to do is have it eye level and above. We give you all the screws that you need. We even give you the 3M adhesive tape too. And Shannon, if you want to make sure you are most secure, every bedroom in America should have a smoke detector in the bedroom, also one in every hallway leading to every major space, and there should be a carbon monoxide detector every 750 feet. So if you just get a couple of these, Shannon, you're now up to the latest fire code.
Well, and somebody made the comment on Facebook, Annie, was it you? She said they look like little coffee pods, which I think is interesting because they're unobtrusive. They're, you know, not like the big UFO something in the ceiling. All right, well, Joe, always a delight to have you here. Thank you for doing this. Like I said, if nothing else, if it makes people think, is their smoke detector working? We've done something good tonight. Love to you and the whole family, my friend.
You too. Thanks, Shannon. Take care.
Thank you, Joseph. All right, don't hang up, don't hang up, don't